understand your own mindset. This is a very important point in the IELTS exam, but no one really talks about it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kajal, and in this video I'll be sharing with you my top 3 strategies that helped me get a 9 band in my reading exam. So first of all, before starting, I would like to say that I was also among one of you. When I gave my first mock test of IELTS reading, I scored a 5.5 band. And I was very disheartened. I didn't know what to do next. And today I am here. I have scored a 9 band in my real IELTS exam. So today I'll be sharing with you my top 3 strategies that had helped me get a 9 band in IELTS. And before starting with it, I would like to show my gratitude to each and every one of you who loved my content, who loved what I shared with you, and you subscribed to my channel, you liked my videos, and you commented below my videos. That was really motivating for me. And please do subscribe to my channel and keep commenting. Your comments are really valuable for me. So let's start by strategy number 1. My strategy number 1 is understand the format of IELTS. By understanding the format of IELTS, the thing that I mean is you would be already knowing that you have to answer 40 questions in a duration of 1 hour, and the 40 questions will be distributed in 3 passages that you have to solve in 60 minutes. But by understanding the format, what I mean is that you need to know that how each passage will be. For example, the first passage that you will be doing will be the most easiest one. So the question sequence and the answers in the passage will be in the same order as you would have expected. Like question number 1 will be always on the top of the passage, and the question number 3 or question number 10 will be in the last of the passage. So the passage number 1 is the most simplest, and the answers are just in front of you. You have to just see them and you have to answer the questions. Now talking about passage number 2, this is a bit boring one. I will say that in the comparison of first or in third passage, the second passage is always the boring one. You will like to really have to concentrate to understand that question, and in this question you mostly get match heading questions, so you have to be well prepared for that also. Now talking about passage number 3. In passage number 3, this is the most trickiest one of all ones. You have to really be concentrated, and you have to properly utilize your 20 minutes to actually do this passage on time. Now I'll be sharing with you my strategy number 2 that really helped me during my exam. So that strategy is understand your own mindset. No one really talks about understanding your own mindset in IELTS exam, but it is very important to understand your mindset if you have to do 40 questions in the duration of 1 hour. It is really important, believe me. By understanding your mindset, what I mean is that you need to do when you are fully concentrated. You need to know when you will be a little bit distracted during the 1 hour duration, and you have to attempt your passages in according to that, right? For example, what I did in my exam was that I did my third passage at first. As I told you that is the most trickiest one, but I know that my concentration level is the highest at that time. Once the timer starts, I will be the most concentrated at that in the first 20 minutes. So I did the most difficult one at the first. Then I did my first passage at the second position. Why I did the first passage was that I know that I have to do this passage also in 20 minutes, but I know that I will be a little bit distracted during this time. Sometimes I have to read one line twice to actually understand it, and sometimes I might look here and there because my concentration level will be low. So I don't read a line twice to understand the meaning if my concentration level is high. But I know if my concentration level is low, I won't be able to understand the passage easily. So I had always done my first passage on second position because I know I will be distracted. At last, in the last 20 minutes, I did my third passage, that was my second passage. So on the third number, I did my second passage. I did my second passage because first of all, I know it is boring one. Second, I know that I have got a heading matching questions. So that questions generally take time. And then I have to be very much concentrated all the time. So I did my second passage at last. This strategy really helps you tackle that 1 hour duration to attempt 40 questions. You know when you will be distracted, you know when you are concentrated the most, and you will be attempting the best of your capabilities in the exam. Now talking about the strategy number 3. My strategy number 3 is read the questions first. I've seen many aspirants that they start reading the passages first and later on they think that, oh my god, time is already gone and we didn't start with the questions. So you have to read the question first and then you have to start reading, because you have to attempt both simultaneously. When you read a question and you start reading the passage, whenever you find the answer, just do that question right away. Don't wait yourself to read all the questions, right? Now, this sequence of reading the question also depends upon the passage you are doing. If you are doing the first passage, then you have to read just the question number 1 of the exam and you have to start reading the passage. Because in passage number 1, the most positive point is that the question and the answers in the passage will be in sequence. So you don't have to run an extra mile to find the answers. The answers are right in front of you. But the exception is true and false questions, because there is an option of not given. If you have true false question at first, you have to read one two questions simultaneously and then you can start reading, because it might happen that first question is not given and you read the whole passage and later thought, oh my god, I didn't get the first question only. So if you get true and false question as your question number 1 in any passage, you have to read more than one questions. Now I'll be talking about passage number 3 that I told you was the trickiest one. In this passage, the questions are generally jumbled, so you won't get the sequence of questions in the same order of the answers in the passage. So what I do is I read all the first questions of each type. Like if they are true, false, one word or MCQs, I will read the first question, because other parts are always in sequence. So you have to read the first question of all the types, then you can start reading the passage and you will be definitely getting the answers. Now talking about passage number 2. As I told you that in this passage you will generally get match the heading questions, or even if you don't get match the heading question in this one and you get in some other passage, then also you have to follow this strategy. You have to start by reading the first passage and then look for the correct heading in the answers, right? If what happens is mostly people do this part at last, but at that time we have all the our mind is messed up with information. When you read the first passage, you know that this is the exact information that is available in this passage. You will answer that question in the heading matching and you will get the right one. And you won't get confused that this might be the answer or this might be the answer. But if you are finding 2 or more answers that are relevant to your passage, then write both in that case. Okay, once you start reading the other passages, it is more likely that you'll find some other heading more like relatable, and you'll be able to find that yes, this is my correct one. So start by reading one passage and finding heading, next passage and finding heading, and rest of the question, true, false, and other MCQs, whatever you get along with that, you can do it at last, because you would be knowing that I have read my passage and my answer will be in this part or in this passage. I mean that paragraph that we'll be having. So you'll be knowing that what paragraph have my what answers. Otherwise, you can just have a glance at the passage again. That time you can skim and scan. But at first, I would never recommend you to scan and to use the scan and skim strategy, because if you don't understand the meaning of the writer and you don't understand that what the writer is trying to convey to you, then you might not be getting the whole information that writer is sharing with you. So in order to get the exact information that the writer wants to share with you, you have to read the whole passage word by word. And don't worry if you follow the correct pattern that depends upon your mindset of doing passages, and you use the right strategies, you will be able to do it in 40 minutes. I am damn sure. But you have to read the passage carefully. When you scan and skim, you generally have to read a passage 2 or 3 times, which makes no sense. If you read one word to word, you might get the answer in the first click. You don't have to read the passage. I recommend to you that don't scan and skim. Read the passage carefully. Utilize your time properly. 20 minutes are way too much to doing a paragraph. You just need to be sure that this is your mindset, your concentration level is high, and I'm sure that you'll be able to get high score in your IELTS exam. If you have watched till this, I am sure that you'll be finding this video very helpful to you. You would be able to find a few points that no one on YouTube discusses, but is very important for doing IELTS exam. So, if you have seen this video, please subscribe to my channel, like my video, leave your comments, and you can give your feedbacks to me that how I can improve myself, and also you can give me ideas for the next videos, that what you want me to make videos on, how I can help you more. Thank you so much.